Hello guys. So today I was just in a recording mood and I decided that I was going to tell you about this idiot at work. Yeah. Not only do I want to tell you about the idiot at work, but I also want to discuss a few things that have been taking place in the world today that have been simply troubling me. So starting off with the idiot. So recently, I'm not exactly sure when it happened because I do not watch the news. It's too much for me. But recently, Orange County, or I don't know who, decided that, boom, everybody has to wear a mask. Like, it's nothing to discuss. There's no conversation about it. If you are going into an establishment, you must wear a mask. So, at my job, I was asked to make sure that anyone who comes in the door has on a mask. And so I took that and I went forward with it. And so I had a couple people who just stormed out because they were angry. But then I had this one lady. And I said, hello, welcome. And she said, she didn't have on a mask. And I said, well, ma'am, do you have a mask? She said, excuse me? I said, do you have a mask? And she was like, no, I'm not wearing one of those ridiculous masks. I said, oh, that's fine, no problem. You just can't come in here. And she was like, oh, I don't understand what the problem is. I'm going to stay 6 feet. I was like, ma'am, and I believe you. But you can't come in here. And it's just simple and plain. And so she was not pleased with that. She was mumbling something about corporate as she walked out the door. But see, that was none of my concern. And so a few minutes later, a woman came in and she did have on a mask. Yes, but then her child, who I'm thinking maybe 5 or 6, did not. And apparently the rule is if you're 2 or under, you do not have to wear one. Which perfectly understandable. But this child was not 2. So I said, ma'am, she has to have on a mask. And I will give her, the child was asleep. The child was in a stroller asleep. And she said, oh, but she's sleeping. I said, yeah, but she's breathing. So I'm going to need that mask. I mean, I don't know. And she was like, she has to wear a mask if she's sleeping. And I was like, she breathes, therefore, she's at risk. She's going to need that mask. She stared at me for a long time. And then turned around and went right back out the door, just like I asked her to do. It's a lot for me. Just because me personally, I don't understand it. I don't have any children, but if I did, I would make for damn sure that they had on a mask. Just because of the shenanigans that are taking place. And I don't understand why I have to convince you to be a parent. It doesn't make sense to me. It makes about this much. I don't understand. So there's that. And so that has been my recent struggle at work. I mean, usually it's just I don't want anybody to ask me any questions, but that has been my recent struggle. Just people not wanting to do what I'm asking them to do, but it's actually for them, Absolutely disgusting. So moving on from that, just the constant ghetto that I've been seeing in the news lately. I mean, completely just every day there's just something else that it's like overwhelming. The whole George Floyd situation is just so freaking ghetto. It's so ghetto. Why do I have to convince other people? Why do we as a group, as a culture, have to convince other people that what was done was wrong? I just don't, in my brain, murdering someone over this imaginary crime that was committed, which really there was none. Even if there was, you don't get to kill people. Side note. But why do we need to convince people that this is murder? And not only was this murder, but all of the other bullshit that has taken place in the past has also been murder. And for some reason, there is a large group of people, and honestly, not all of them are white. The vast majority of them are, but quite frankly, they're not all white. We have to convince these people that this is wrong and that systematic racism, your just regular, casual, everyday racism exists. And it has gotten to the point where murder is literally just casual. I literally murdered this person because I didn't like what they did and I felt like, what is it, Tuesday? It's time. I don't follow. It's so ghetto and it's so overwhelming. And it's just so hard every day to wake up and hear about more shenanigans. Even in this, there are still people being murdered. being hung, literally hung. It's absolutely disgusting. This is the world that we have to raise our kids in. Well, not me, but like, you know what I mean, you know? And like white people just think that they're just not a part of it. Like, oh, it doesn't affect little Johnny, so I guess it's not important. It is so disgusting. And so that has been a lot. Recently, my Instagram has fully been just me like reposting all of the things that I see that like fully back the movement. And it's just really hard. It's honestly really hard. And there are a lot of ways that you can support the movement, so I would suggest that you do so. There are things that you can do outside of like just physically protesting, so I would look into that simply. And just try to keep your head up. There's a lot of shenanigans going on. I mean, if Corona wasn't enough, 2020 was like, this is the year for the revolution. Which really, I mean, I feel that I'm 100% behind that. But it's just been so crazy. It's been crazy. But yeah, I'm off of work today. So she's about to go have some fun. But yeah, I just wanted to make this video. I'm actually making a bunch of videos right now. But yeah, thank you guys for chatting with me. I'll see you next time.